Yo, what's up guys? Your boy Eco Gordon here with another valuable video for you. Guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you exactly what stop hunt is and how you can actually enter into the forex market with confidence, and how you can actually know why you should enter a trade and why you shouldn't. Okay, so if that sounds like what you love to learn, you make sure that you stick to the end of this video, because I'm going to show you exactly how it is being done. All right, so but before we proceed guys, in case you are new to me, my name is EO Godwin. I am the CEO of Money Delight Empire, and welcome to FX Traders Delight, the place where we teach you how you can actually trade forex even if you are a complete beginner. 40 pips per day is actually guaranteed. Okay, so it is very simple to actually implement. So before we dive right in, there are lots of videos on my channel you can actually check out. These videos are going to help you and teach you exactly how you can really trade from the forex market. All right, so it's actually simple. All right, so before we dive right in, I also have a free Telegram channel that you can as well get into. And if you get to that channel is all about analysis and signals. Okay, now you can go ahead and join. It's free. The link is in the video description, even though we have an academy called the Traders Delight Academy. All right, so you can as well ask for more information if you deem it fit to get into the academy. Okay, so guys, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So guys, in case you've not liked and subscribed to the channel, can you please smash the like button and as well subscribe to the channel. Now let's go straight to the video, and so that I can show you what I really wanted to show you, what I want you to understand today. Now when we talk about stop hunt guys, some of you might say this is weird. Yes, it's weird to many of you, but it's not weird to those who are already in the Delight Traders Academy. All right, so stop hunt actually is something that the market makers, and when I say the market makers, I actually mean those in charge of the market, because you and I, we are retail traders and we don't have enough funds to actually move the market. All right, so it's not us that actually move the market, but the banks and the institutions. They are the ones that move the market. So what we do right here on this channel actually is to teach you how to trade like the institutions, like the banks and the rest, how you can enter trade when the banks are entering trade, and how you can get out when they are also getting out or stopping out all the retail traders. Okay, so stop hunt is one of the concepts you need to understand in order for this strategy to work. All right, now this strategy actually is based on ICT. All right, so in case you don't know about that, ICT, the founder of ICT is Michael. All right, so kudos to Michael, is the founder of ICT, and this is actually going to change the way you trade forever. So guys, let's dive right in. Now for instance, when we talk about stop hunt has two types. Stop hunt has we have the stop hunt is also known as let me write them out very quickly. Stop hunt is also known as turtle soup. All right, it's also known as turtle soup, and it is known as stop purge, and it can also be known as hit and run. Turtle soup. All right, turtle soup or stop on or stop purge. Okay, so we can say it's either a turtle soup or stop on or stop purge. We are saying the same thing. Now, like I said, there are two types, two categories. Now we have the turtle soup buy model, and we also have the turtle soup sell model. We have the turtle soup buy model, which is also known as TSBM, turtle soup buy model, and we also have the turtle soup sell model. Turtle soup sell model. Yeah. So we have these two types, the turtle soup buy model and the turtle soup sell model. Now the turtle soup buy model, you can always find it in the resistance area of price. Okay, while the turtle soup sell model, you can always find it in the support area of price. Now let me show you an example in case you don't know what they are. Let me just show you. I'm going to show you live in the chart. Now one of the ways, let me define it for those of you who don't know it. Like I said, it's actually manipulation that is actually carried out by the banks, by the institutions, in order to lure retail traders and in order to take them out of the market. And one of the ways to actually identify turtle soup sell model or buy model is liquidity. Now if you don't know what liquidity is, I recommend that you go refer to my other videos. For instance, go and refer to this particular video. Go and watch this video and as well watch this video. All right, those two videos are recommended for if you are watching this and you've not watched them before. Go ahead and watch them. You are going to find out what it's actually meant by liquidity. You are going to learn more about that. Okay, now liquidity is actually the area where lots of orders lie, either buy orders or sell orders lie. And most of these orders, the market makers actually seek liquidity. The market makers do what? They always seek liquidity, and the reason is because they are always chasing our stop losses. The market makers seek liquidity. All right, so the market makers actually seek liquidity. So in order for you to actually not to fall into this trap, you need to understand what this turtle soup of a thing really is. All right, so for instance, one of the ways to actually identify this turtle soup, either turtle soup buy model or the turtle soup sell model, is actually when you see the double tops. So when you see either a double top or a double bottom, then you should be able to identify a turtle soup. So in most cases, guys, whenever you see a double bottom, for instance, this is a double bottom. Remember, this is the one our chart. This is a double bottom. This is a double bottom. Right? Now, another thing to take note of, whenever you see a turtle soup buy model, it means that the price is about to sell. Right? So let me type that out so you can see it clearly. Whenever you see turtle soup buy model, buy stop purge, you might likely see the market is about to sell. All right, and whenever you see a sell stop purge, the market is actually about to buy, which is the first one is the turtle soup buy model which is this one, while the second one is total soup sell model, which is this one. And what did I say? Like I said earlier on, that the total soup buy model is found at the resistance area, while the total soup sell model is actually located, it's actually found in most cases on the sell area, right? So it's very simple to identify. Now let me zoom in a bit so you can actually see this clearly. Now, like I said, whenever you see equal bottom, now you can agree with me that the retail traders will tell you that this is actually a strong support, right? And they will enter the trade and they will be stopped out. Now if you take note, these candles are really big. They are not just here, they are not just big for nothing. They are actually manipulative candles that the banks, the institutions, the market makers are actually using to manipulate the market. So this area right here is what we call the stopwatch. It's called the stopwatch, or it can also be called the total soup buy model. Okay, stopwatch or stop hunt, right? Stop hunt. So these are some of the things that you actually need to take note of. Alright, so if you also on the take note, if you take note, you will see this is a double bottom, right? This is a double bottom. You can see that, a double bottom, and boom, you see this. So this is a total soup. Now you might be asking that how important is this? Now this total soup of a thing, you can most likely see it almost towards the end, the highest point or the lowest point, almost, but not in all scenario. As in this, now this is the 1 hour. We have some equal highs right there. We have some equal highs right here. Now this equal high that I just marked now, it's called buy stops. Buy stops. Now the reason why this is called buy stops is not because of any other thing, but the simple reason is because a lot of retail traders will be taken out of the market. The market makers took everybody out with this. So, and most of the total soup you are going to actually see they are about 10, 20 to 30 pips sweep. Okay, 10, 20 to 30 pips sweep. So let's see this one, how many sweep it is. So remember, this is the equal high, and let's count from there. This is about, this is about 30 pips. That's about 30 pip sweep. Now, as you, like I said earlier, immediately the total soup, you see how price began to fall. Now there are some things you need to actually watch out for. Okay, you need to actually watch out for some stuff. Okay, there is a shift in market structure at that end. Now actually this is not what I want to show in this video. I'm not going to say much about it. Okay, there's something here. Those in the Delight Traders Academy, they should know this already. Okay, so I'm not going to say much on that on this video. What we are doing here is simply the stop hunt concept. So you need to understand this concept. Now whenever you see this stop hunt, like I said, there is a higher possibility that the market is about to change direction, and there are other confluences that confirms that, and I'm not going to unveil that in this video. You can go refer back to any of these videos and see for yourself what those really are. Okay, okay, so that's a turtle soup actually, and we can see another one here. There's a lot of liquidity that lie right here at this level, and boom, you see this. See this. Sorry guys. Well, I'm somehow tired. Okay, I'm somehow tired. Look at this turtle soup. This is a turtle soup, and you see how price came down beautifully, beautifully, right? So actually it's beyond the turtle soup that I'm teaching you actually, but turtle soup has an important role to play in price. Now here's another one. Liquidity is here, lots of buy stops here, and this actually took a lot of people out of the market waiting for the sell, right? Waiting for the sell, and that's it. Boom. Okay, so in case you have any question concerning this, you feel free and ask me in the comment section, or you can go to the group chat, free group chat, and ask me your questions. Okay, all right, so let me show you. We have another one here. Remember, this is an equal low, right? So let me stretch it out a little bit, and you can see this is another turtle soup. So I believe you're already understanding the concept now, right? You are understanding it. This is yet another one. This is yet another one. Okay, this is another one. This is another one there. Right, I think there's another one here. I guess so, at this level. So at this level, so basically whenever you see equal highs, I'm not saying all equal highs or equal lows, then next you see turtle soup. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that these are some of the indicators that tell you that turtle soup is actually about to form. So let's assume that you've not seen some part of price, as in this, just like what we are seeing right here. Now if you notice vividly, there's a lot of liquidities lying here at this particular level. Lots of liquidity here, lots of liquidity at this level lying there. So what the banks actually do is they will manipulate price to make sure that they take a lot of people out, okay, before the price will now finally drop. But thank God that we can actually identify how we can filter this out in order for us to get accurate entry, and this is done mainly on the Telegram channel, all right, and as well in the the mentorship class. All right, so the mentorship class will teach you more about this, and we actually teach you more on what to actually look out for and what not to look out for, so you don't have to bother yourself whenever you open the chart. There are things you are actually looking for, so you don't gamble. Okay, so those are some of the things you need to look out for. Okay, so that's what I actually want to share with you right in this particular video. I don't want to waste much of the time here, because I think if you can actually understand this concept of the turtle soup buy model and the turtle soup sell model, I think is going to play an important role, especially if you want to be using this strategy. Okay, if you want to be using this strategy, is actually going to help you a lot. So I'm going to reveal to you, let me give you a little expo. Okay, let me just share something with you real quick, briefly, before we call it a day. All right, so how do we actually enter trades? Now take note, let's assume that we've not seen this area. Let's say we've not seen this area before, or I should use my replay feature. Let's say we've not actually seen this area before. Coming, let's say we've not seen this this area before. Okay, let's say we've not seen this. I'm coming, guys. Alright, I think we are good. Okay. Wow, thank you, Lord. So let's say we've not seen this area before. So let's play this out and see how it actually goes. So now we already know what we are looking for. We know that the price has been creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and equal high and higher low. Then this one failed, right? Now this failed one is trying to tell us that price is about to reverse. Okay, now, and price actually came down after some hours and went back up to a certain level to form equal high in order to create liquidity, and price began to come down again and went back up, and this time it went up with full force in order to grab all the stops and all the liquidities that are lined up here, right? So let's play this out. So what we're actually looking for now, seeing that a lot of liquidities are here, we're actually looking for a sell. Why? Because we know that the banks, maybe you might not know this, but if you are in the Light Traders Academy, you should know this already. All right, we know that the market is about to go down. One of the reasons is because we know that the banks are going to hunt these stops. That's why it's called stop hunt, right? So let's see how it goes, and we'll be watching the price. The price will now be creating a series of higher highs, and look at it. You see that big candle is not just there for fancy. These are institutional candles that are being placed there by the institutions in order to take us out of the market. Now, say we've seen this already. We know that the market surely is about to drop, but we are not going to enter until we see something. Thank you, Lord. So until we see that thing, we are not going to enter. All right, so now I just saw one of the criteria to enter. Okay, should I say that? If you want me to say that, just smash the like button. Okay, smash the like button now, smash it now, and say yes in the comment section below. Then I can proceed now. All right, so we're actually looking for a breaker. All right, a BMS. That's what we're actually looking for right here. We're actually looking for a breaker. The shortcut is BMS, which stands for break in market structure. So we actually saw a break in market structure here, and we are still not ready to sell, but we are getting prepared. Okay, so you need to consider that. So let's go ahead and play this out. Now what we're actually doing now is, we're actually waiting for a return to order block. There's what is called a return to order block. Okay, and that should be at this level, because this was the last candle that was responsible for the push down, but this candle is too weak. This one is too weak, so we can say this is order block. Now, in case you don't understand the concept of order block, you go check this video where it says ICT strategy institutional order blocks, right? So go watch them out and you understand it better. Okay, so actually I expect price to get to this level and go back. Okay, so that's one of the points. So let's see how it goes. Now take note, we need to identify. Now there is first a shift in market structure. Now before this shift in market structure, we first of all identify buy stops here. Lots of liquidity taken out by the stop hunt right here, which is by this turtle soup, right, from this angle, right? So we actually expect price to break structure of which market did right here, so we can actually go to the lower time frame to look for our entry at this point. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Then for instance, we got triggered right here, we got triggered here. Okay, this was our trigger point, our entry point. This was our entry point. Take note of that. And our stop loss will be somewhere above here. Our stop loss will be around this area, because anything that makes price to cross this, it means that it might go to continue to the upside. All right, but not in all cases though. So we go ahead and play this and check this out. Then mind you, our take profit should be around this area, because we understand the concept of there's another thing that is already hiding at this point, and I'm not going to make that known in this particular video. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how it goes. All right, that's it. You see, so first take profit has been hit. Let's see how many pip was that from this area, from this point to this point. That's about 60 pips. You see that? So that's why I say it's very simple if you know this. See that? So say, let's say our entry point is, then our stop loss would be about 19 pips. You see, then our take profit is about 29 pips here. I think, yeah, this area, that's our take profit. Or we can as well take this area, because we know market might come to this area. So anything that happens after that is none of our business, because we're taking what we want from the market. So don't be greedy. Okay, so let's see what we're actually waiting for now. We've seen another type of break in market structure right here, but this time it broke bigger. Okay, so we can actually expect to sell this pair. So let's see what happens. You see, our price came down beautifully to take out liquidity. Can you see that? Price came to take out liquidity at this area. So there was actually a stop on here, and at the same time it created another equal low. So guys, you're in, I know trading with indicators is actually good, but you need to understand these things, how the market works. The market is not your friend. The banks are not your friend. They are your enemy. All right, they are the ones that want to, they don't want you to make money from the market. So let's see how this goes. Now look at what price is doing at this area. It's rejecting and trying to accumulate here. The reason is because there are lots of others that are being done here, manipulations. Now take note. I said another equal low are being created here, and if you take note, you see that another stop pause just happened at this level, and everybody were taken out of the market once again, right? Okay, but remember, assuming you were in this sell trade and you didn't get out of the market, you would have been making some cool amounts of money. Now take note, this is another liquidity, and that type of liquidity here, right? Because the trend line traders we actually sell here, and probably yeah, stop loss would have been here, some stop loss would have been here, and boom, everybody might be taken out of would have been taken out of the market. All right, so you see how, now take note of this, from this point where we entered, you see how price actually began to drop. Now, one of the things that actually initiated that is the turtle soup model, right? That actually influenced that. Let's see how price, let's fasten this. All right, okay, you acted too fast. This thing acted too fast. All right, so basically let's just do that. Basically now we've seen that there is another equal low that is being formed here. So we know that the market is actually about to go to the upside, but before then it's going to grab a lot of liquidity, because there are liquidity lying at this particular area. So let's play this out. So what we actually wait for, we wait for a turtle soup which already occurred, which occurred at this area, which occurred here, right? Took this, you see, equal lows, form another equal low, and turtle soup happened here. So we wait for break in market structure, and this actually growth structure right here, which is another BMS, right? Which is another break in market structure right there. So what we actually expect is, we expect price to come to this level, and react, and we can take this as our first take profit, or probably we can, if you want to hold it for a very long time, you can see that, but price might not go to that point immediately, so you might want to be taking some things off the market. So actually guys, in most scenario, when you see turtle soup like this, and you see a breaker, so wait for return to other block. There are other confluence actually, but in this tutorial let's just learn that and keep things easier. So let's see how it goes. Now take note guys, I want you to take note of something. You see how price actually came to this level. Yeah, price came to this particular level right here, and you see, remember this was a breaker, right? This was a breaker, and if you check this vividly, you see how price actually reacted to this particular order block, but the order block could not resist price. Why? I will tell you why. Because there are liquidities lying at the bottom. Let's see if we can find that. Let's continue the play, then when price gets to that area I'll show you. Let's take this out. All right, so take note. Remember I marked this out the other time as a stop hunt, right? So the market actually creates liquidity. Now look at what I was trying to show you. You see this level, you see the level here, look at it. There are lots of liquidity lying here, so you need to check your left side to see what market is doing there, and wait for your confluence and you should be good. Now there are lots of liquidity lying here, and this came, not only that, it also formed another equal lows. Now all these equal lows are trap. These are traps. They are just traps that the market makers actually using on us. Now if you notice something right here, immediately market broke structure. Yeah, coming market broke structure. It continued to create after this turtle soup, right? This was the turtle soup. This was we can also say, sorry guys, this was not a breaker. Why? Because the market was okay. It's actually a breaker. It's actually a breaker because the market was actually creating. The market created a high, equal low, lower high, yeah, then equal low, equal high, sorry, and as well equal low, then lower low, then lower high, which this high is higher than this one, which makes it a breaker. Yeah, okay, so that's why you don't just trade breakers blindly. You need to understand the rules that are actually guiding these things. Okay, now one of the rules is that we look for the stop ons, right, which is this one we just spotted right here. And there's also what is called shift in market structure. All right, I will not teach you that in this video. So what we actually wait for, now that there's a break in market structure, there's a breaker here, there's a breaker here. Now take note guys, before price actually came to this level, let me so you can see it clearly. Let me take it from this point. Now you've noticed that there's a stop on, right? So we wait for a breaker to happen, and oh my, it's too fast. I want to show you something. All right, wait for a breaker to happen, and the breaker happened right here. You see that this candle broke market structure, meaning it might go to the upside, but we need to wait for our entry. Now our entry is either a return to order block or return to breaker. Okay, so in this scenario, you can either enter the trade at this level or wait for this level, this actual order block. But if you go to the lower time frame, of which I recommend like 15 minutes, you look for the same thing, and that's where you get your sniper entry from. Okay, so let's see. So we actually wait for price to return. Now take note, price have not returned because it has not touched the breaker. Let's see, and that's it. Boom. You see it has been triggered. So we can now ride it up to this high as our first take profit. Not this total high, but the next order block. Okay, and that's what you do. That's what we do consistently to benefit from this market. Now, if you also notice, price after price rallied off of this breaker, you notice that price actually came down, and as it came down, it created something. It created liquidity here. There was, market did something there in order to manipulate people later on, and there's a break in structure here. Wow. And I think this huge candle was the return to breaker. But if it were not there, what we should be looking at next is this order block. I'm speaking based on the higher time frame basis, right? So that's an order block. So we expect price to actually react at that area. So price react more in the higher time frame than the lower time frame. Okay, so if we're to sell this market, this is the right place to actually sell the market from, right, based on what you are learning right now. Okay, so if you also notice that this was the last candle that was responsible for this little push up that broke this thing up, that actually took this out. So wait for price to come back to it, and price got a trigger and went back up. So you can as well use this one. It depends on your risk appetite actually. Okay, let's see what price does, and see our price is now going up. And look, there was a rejection at that level. Let's see if it's going to hold it. All right, it pierced through it. Now the reason is because if you look at this area, there are lots of accumulations right here. That's another thing you need to learn. Okay, don't worry, you can't learn it all in one video. You see what's happening now? Market created other liquidities here. So in fact, guys, that's what market does. Market is fond of the market makers, they are fond of creating liquidities everywhere. They create liquidities everywhere. That's what they do. Okay, they create liquidity everywhere. Okay, they just grab and grab. Alright, so now if you notice, there was a break in market structure right here, though we know there's a point to actually look out for at this area. We need to look out for price at this area. Why? Because the breaker, this was a breaker. Okay, this was a PMS. So wait for price to return to it, and let's see what price does. Now after grabbing this liquidity, price went up to this previous order block. That was as a result of this. See this. Now take note of this. See how price respected that order block, and there was a breaker here as well, and we would have waited patiently for price to return to our entry point, which is this area, and boom, that's it. You see that? Okay, so those are things to. Now you will see how price will now look for liquidities at the top right here. Alright, there's a total soup here, there's a shift in market structure here, and this shift actually broke this. Now before that break, if you notice, there was a break in market structure here as well, and price had to return to the other block. Where is it? Wow, here is somehow consolidated, but this was the last candle that was responsible for the push, this one here. Right, so what we'll do, wait for now, this is a breaker, this is a breaker. Right, so we can actually wait for price to come back to our other block or to our breaker. This is the other block. Right, let's see. Take note, another total soup, another total soup, there's another total soup there, and market also created liquidity at this area, and it came here to grab all this liquidity here. In fact, that's what the market does. Okay, so if you understand this concept, you should be good to go actually. Okay, it's very simple to implement, it's very simple to actually implement. So now that we know that market have grabbed all this liquidity, we just wait for break in market structure. Okay, all right, now take note, look at this area. Bam, this big candle So if we are to go to the 15 minutes chart, and so you can see this area, look at it, see the move is really big. Okay, look at it, look at the stop hunt. After the stop hunt, there was a breaker here, and this was the breaker, the breaking market structure here. So wait for price to actually return to our other block, which should be this block right here, right? But price did not actually get to this other block, but it reversed at the breaker. So that's what you actually wait for. So what we do next is, you see this, so price might actually respect this level and push back down in order to fill out this LV. That's it, you see it. Okay, though it didn't touch few pip, I think just one pip, it did not touch. Okay, it finally touched it, and you see it, after touching it, the price went back, went to the downside actually. Okay, so, and another total soup model, sell model just formed right here. So in the market, you always find these things there. In the market, you always find this in there. You see that move, this move, what is it, this move here is what actually initiated this one you are seeing, this huge move. Okay, so guys, if you can actually understand this, you should be good to go. Now at least I think I've actually tried for you guys. It's not easy. I've been here for the not less than about 50 minutes now, almost an hour. So guys, if you love my content, you do well to smash the like button and share with your friends. Tell others about the YouTube channel and about the free Telegram channel as well. Okay, and feel free to ask me your questions either in the comment section or in the group chat. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that I answer you all right? So it is very simple to actually implement, even if you don't know a lot of things yet. But a journey of a Tanzan mind began with just one step. So you feel free to take your step, and you should be good to go. All right guys, thank you very much for watching. My name is E.O. Godwin, the CEO. Okay, you want to join the DT Traders Academy, that's the Delight Traders Academy, you feel free and send me a message at Godwin EO on Telegram, or you can email me on fxtradersdelight@gmail.com. okay, or you can send me a WhatsApp message, but I'm not going to disclose my WhatsApp number yet. So you go to the group and you are going to find me. Just ask in the group chat and someone will reply you. Okay, thank you very much guys. I really love you. And Money Delight Empire love you. The DT Traders Academy students, we all love you, and we're expecting to get you in. So try as much as you can to enroll, all right, into the academy. Okay, enroll into the academy. All right, so you should be good to go. Thank you very much guys, and God bless you. Peace.